Welcome into the PHNX Coyotes post-game show brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and leave us a 5-star review. I'm Leah Merrill here with Steve Peters, and it is...
It's late.
PHNX Coyotes After
Coyotes
Dark.
After Dark.
Woo!
Good grief.
And man...
So disappointed I did not bring my pajamas.
I know.
Like legit.
I know.
As this kept going later and
Such
later.
a missed opportunity. It's the last 8 p.m. game of the year. Maybe Friday night, 7:30
I know
game?
Sean had a sleeping bag here.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man.
Well,
Well, the Coyotes were sleeping in the first period, but then it got a little better from there.
You know, it's I hate to say it, but it's the same thing again. Like there were points in this game where this team was really good. Like really good. Like 5, 6, 8 minute stretches where they had the puck, they were skating, they were driving the net. They were the better team, but it's just another one of those nights where they can't do it for 60 minutes. And tonight it was the first period.
Yep. Exactly. Well, let's just start right off the bat tonight by the numbers because...
Oh, right to it.
Yeah, why not? Coyotes just severely outshot once again. Outshot 14-4 in the first period, outshot 13-9 in the second period, and you can see it there, 35-19 overall outshot. But equal power play opportunities for both teams, and neither had success, and the faceoffs were pretty equal, and your side count was too many to count.
Yeah,
so
there were a lot of sides. I don't know if it was the clock.
I don't know if it was you side when you forgot your pajamas.
Yeah.
You side after during the Coyotes first period.
Yep.
You side when it might have possibly been going to extra time, and we realized we would have had to stay up even later. So anyway.
So there was a lot of sighing going on.
There for sure.
But you talked on those numbers. You look at the shots. Even in the first period when it was predominantly LA pushing the pace and getting the shots on goal, it didn't feel at that point that it was Wedgie saving the day again.
Like just at the very end of that period.
But it felt fairly even.
Yeah.
The power plays, oh boy, that one in the third, when hit the post, Stralman makes an unbelievable diving leg block, rolling over into the empty net. They thought they had that one. Like that was the turning point. That power play, LA had 3 unbelievable chances.
Yeah.
By the Coyotes killing that off is when the momentum swung just a little bit in their favor. And they didn't get their first shot in the third till halfway through the period. And then they took off.
It was an explosion.
Yeah, they looked great. That last 10 minutes, they were skating, they were driving the net. That chance, Phil Kessel and Galchenyuk just slowly dropped it in on the net lane drive. Looked great. There just wasn't enough. There just wasn't enough gas in the tank for 60 minutes.
No, but I will say it was 2-2 until the very kind of close to the very end. So a 3-2 loss on national TV, it's not the worst.
Well, you want them to be competitive.
Yeah.
We've said this all year. Be competitive, be exciting.
And I felt like they were. Overall.
And they were. But you got to go think back to how long ago it was when we were sitting here talking about 7-1 and 8-2 and how miserable those games were. And now it's a 1-goal game with a goalie pulled and a 6-on-4. Yeah, sign us up. Like, yes, we will watch this. And not only that, there were some really good plays and some really good players tonight. I thought Clayton Keller was outstanding for the entire game.
Yeah.
I thought he played both ends of the ice. He'd get a scoring chance at one end, and he'd back check all the way back to the other end. He was defending. He had the puck on a string all night. He looked really good. It was another great game for him. Nick Schmaltz on his birthday, and you'll talk numbers with him. But Nick Schmaltz and Keller really are feeling it right now. And I tell you what holds them together is Travis Boyd, who's having his career year in the middle with those two. I'm worried about him.
In what way?
Trade deadline.
Yeah.
Like he's a piece.
I was gonna say, worried. He looked good tonight, except for when he flicked the puck over the glass. I don't know. He obviously didn't mean to do that, but that was a little chaotic.
But he's been good.
Yeah.
Like offensively, he's been good. He defends. He can play with good players. He can play in the top 6, bottom 6. I think when you talk about the trade deadline, and we've talked a lot about on this show, we always bring up Chychrun or Kessel. And look out for guys like Travis Boyd. And when you miss guys from that out of the lineup, then you're having people play out of position again. And I'm really concerned about what happens after the trade deadline. So let's enjoy these guys while we have them. And an effort like tonight, I thought it's a
Let's
good
enjoy these
effort.
close games while they're still here too, hopefully. But yeah, and talking more about individual efforts, Barrett Hayton had that incredible breakaway chance kind of a breakaway in the second period. I felt like he started to find
he's
his
coming
legs
right
tonight.
now. And after that injury, it takes you a while to get your legs going and you get your hands and get your timing back. So he gets credited with the goal that we gave to Erickson.
Yes, yeah, the Erickson goal Erickson did not
So I'm
touch
back
it.
to, I need another 19 for Erickson to get to his 20. He can do this. You can do this, Louis.
I think I said he would have like 14 or something.
Yeah, well, I said he'd lead the team in goals,
Hey,
so we got to pick it
still
up.
31
There's a lot of time left.
games.
You just got to get a little bit of a tear. So we're okay. Come on, Louis, let's pick it up. But Barrett Hayton today, I thought that was the best game since he's been back.
I agree.
And I think it's because his feet are moving. And we talk about skating. When this team skates, they look better. And it was just, they were fun to watch tonight, like for half of the game.
Yeah. I will say it's unfortunate that this is now the third game in a row that the Coyotes have scored and you think, oh, okay. And then the other team scores with under a minute in the period from that time the Coyotes
their
score.
inability to answer.
The third game in a row.
Okay, so that's 3 in a row. So what do you do on Friday to make sure you don't make it 4 in a row? Like you have to have a better game plan after you score a goal. Now you have to talk about it in the room. It's got to be tomorrow morning's meeting has to be, what are we doing here? This is 3 times. Like, so are we putting out the wrong line on the ice? Are we making the wrong game plan? What are we doing after we score a goal that we're not able to at least sustain some pressure for a little while?
Yeah, at least for more than a minute.
Yeah, like a minute would be nice. Let's start with that. Yeah, that is frustrating and that's hard. You just get up in a game where they'd kind of been behind the 8 ball up until they scored, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, they're ahead now. And literally the next face off and it's in your net. So that is hard.
Yeah, and it's a bummer because that goal in the second period by Keller from Schmaltz was a phenomenal goal, and it's one that we've seen already this week.
Yeah.
Set up from Schmaltz, the player in front of the net. Last time it was Krause. This time it was Keller. You mentioned it already. They're just having amazing chemistry, and that was Keller's 21st goal of the season. He's just 2 away from tying his career high in goals,
unreal.
which is going to happen. We just said there's 31 games left. Hope, knock on wood, that he doesn't get injured, but it's probably going to happen. And he has a career-long goals in 4 straight games.
That's unreal. He's playing so well right now, and he's got confidence, and he has confidence with the puck, and more importantly, he has confidence away from the puck. And if you saw the TNT broadcast where Rick Tocchet, who had coached Keller, said what he did on that goal is he drove through the middle of the ice. And what that means is he's at the red line and he drives towards the goalie, which pulls all the defenders back, and they weren't ready for it. He blew by Kopitar, and that's how he got the pass. Keller's what has been his problem throughout his career is he likes to play on the perimeter. He doesn't want to get to the middle. He doesn't want to get to the net. He wants to play on the outside where there are less bodies, less traffic, and a lot more room for him to work. This year, he's been able to get to those areas, and that's why he's scoring goals. It's a different player. Like, he is truly a different player right now, and I don't know. If you would have said Clayton Keller's getting 20 this year, I probably would have said no. He is at 21 now with, 30 games to go?
Just over, yeah.
Boy, who knows?
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah,
it's
like
been really
good on
great
him.
To see. It's been really, really great to see from him, and you hope that this is only the beginning of an upward trajectory for him going forward into the post-rebuild era.
Yeah, and can he carry this team through the post-rebuild? And that's the guy. And maybe this team doesn't have a captain, and I'm by no means am I giving Clayton Keller the C, but I'm just saying by the time they come through this, out the other end of the tunnel, after they get through the ASU campus and they get to their main, is Clayton Keller still leading this team? You look at Anze Kopitar in LA, like he was a driver in the 2012 playoffs. That's 10 years ago. So there's no reason to think that Clayton Keller can't just continue to prove and build on his game and be the guy that does come out the other end of this. So it's so encouraging to see because he does work so hard at it. He's a hockey nerd. Like he studies the game, he studies other players, he watches other teams, he wants to get better, he practices at these little skill moves. So it's really good to see him succeed.
How about that clip on TNT tonight of Drew Doughty mic'd up asking Keller what his golf handicap is?
See, how casual is that at work?
I know.
Okay.
I love that. I love
the intensity of the game.
sort of you must have heard stuff on the, or were you on? Like,
I wasn't on the
actually
bench.
Oh.
For warm-ups I was, but no,
Yeah.
no. I was in my little tunnel.
I'm curious, like, how much
It's bad.
that's a thing. Like, just the talk?
It's
just
bad.
the regular talk?
It's vicious.
Like
it's
how mean people are?
abusive. Yeah.
Well, do you think that's why Liam O'Brien got ejected? Or got
Well,
a
that was
tournament
directed at
misconduct?
the referee.
But do you think that it was probably because of something he said? Because it didn't seem like he did anything.
No, it's clearly what he said, but
Yeah.
you can't say it to officially. You can say it to another player.
Yeah.
Like you can say not whatever you want to, but the conversations of some of the players that we'll have a show on that in the summer when we have some off season. Some of the things like Nick Cousins was awful. Like awful.
Really?
The things he would say to the opposing players and would get them fired up to the point where there was one time that the player came to the Coyote locker room post game for things that were said. Like it could get personal out there. So to hear someone, hey, you want to go golfing? You're like, what? Really? Really? It's your handicap? I guess it's great TV.
Hey, it brings us entertainment. So
Exactly.
What more can you ask for? Well, let's talk about Nick Schmaltz, because not only did he assist on that Keller goal, and I thought he also stopped the empty net goal from going in right at the end. He really showed effort there. He had a great night. It's his birthday. It's his 26th birthday. Happy birthday, Nick Schmaltz. I'm sure you're watching right now.
Yeah, he is. They go right from the ice.
Oh, yeah. He's like on the
Grab their
trainer's table watching the show.
Right to YouTube.
Nick. He historically now, including this year, has 5 points total playing on his birthday in the NHL. So amazing for him.
Remember that next year for DraftKings, by the way.
That's true. That's very true. That is, wow, look at that.
Next year's birthday.
And he has 16 points in his last 15 games. So we have a little birthday graphic, blazing hot birthday boy.
Wow. Yeah, clearly I did not come up with that title.
We can thank the one and only Craig Morgan for that one. 8 goals and 8 assists in his last 15 games.
16 points in 15 games.
Which, considering how the season started for Nick Schmaltz, like, this is what we've wanted to see this whole time, and I hope it only is the beginning.
And he's a player that I've been hard on all season, and I've been saying that he's got to be more consistent, and he's got to put this string of points together and games together, and he's finally starting to do that. And watched a lot of film on him today, and it's not just offensively, and there's a lot of players that are offensive type players that if they get the puck, you'll get 3 hard strides and you'll see him make a move to the offensive zone. What Nick Schmaltz is doing, it's probably why he's having more success, is he's putting the same effort on the defensive side of the puck to get back in the zone, to back check. So he's playing both sides of the puck, which is only going to help him get the puck more often, which gives you more offense, which gets you more points.
Do you think, I wonder if Schmaltz will slide to center after all the trades happen? I mean, he'll have to, right?
You know, one of the reasons he was not in the middle was because of his wrist, because of the injury in his hands. So by that time, that's another month of healing. You'd think probably slides into the middle, but you just don't know who's coming. Like, you don't know what's coming back this way. And if what's going on right now is any indication, it's probably not a lot of bodies. It's more picks. So you just don't know. Yeah, a lot more. So I don't know who's going to be in the middle. I don't know.
Or even if they acquire players, they're going to get stuck at the border like Nick Ritchie, who was supposed to play tonight and still having immigration issues. So stay tuned for Nick Ritchie's debut. But actually, Craig is at the post-game press conferences right now, and he actually sent us some video.
He did?
Of Nick Schmaltz.
This already?
Yeah.
See, all this stuff happens. I don't pay attention.
So
literally don't pay attention here.
Do we have the video ready?
Key to your game getting going, but are there other things that are working? You're on quite a run here and now, point per game, I think over a point per game over the last 15, 16 games.
Yeah, I think moving my feet's a big thing. I think our line has a lot of confidence with the puck. I think we were doing a really good job supporting each other, and especially me and Kels, we kind of know Boyd's gonna be around that net, and then me and Kels kind of play off those like dot area in the offensive zone, and we know our releases when we get under pressure, kind of just rim it around the other side to release the pressure and make our plays off of that. So it's been fun getting things going with a line and staying with the line for an extended period of time. I think that really helps, and you got to stick with it and just keep playing the same way.
I asked Clayton the same thing, but why are you guys able to play so well off each other?
I think we just think the game is similar. We we both have offensive instincts, and we know when to find holes, and we like to use each other to open up space, whether it's a little give and go touch pass to create a little space, or even in the neutral zone, just bumping it back to his speed. We got one guy kind of stretch the neutral zone, the other guy's flying, kind of bump it back and hit him with speed, and then find the late guy or make our plays in transition, and just kind of find each other all over the ice.
Last thing, happy birthday. Did you get to do anything to celebrate, or is that coming later?
Nothing yet. I mean, I got my family in town, so that's nice to see them. Obviously, we didn't get to do anything much today, but probably go out for dinner tomorrow, and it's always nice to have my sister and parents in town this week, so it's fun to see them, and just probably spend some time with them.
Nice thing.
Look at that.
Yeah.
The award for cinematography goes to Craig Morgan. You know what?
Wow. He needs a steady cam.
He was holding the camera and the microphone
was he?
at the same, two hands. So that's a lot of holding your hand up.
But we're a lot more excited than Nick Schmaltz was,
I know.
by the way.
It's okay. He just played a hockey game. He's tired.
That's Nick Schmaltz. That's Nick Schmaltz every day.
Really?
That's Nick Schmaltz at 8 in the morning. That's Nick Schmaltz at 2 o'clock in the morning after a bus trip. It's always like this. Yeah, everything's fine.
Cool,
how are you doing today,
collected.
Nick? No, yeah, it's a good day.
That's funny.
That's Nick. That's as excited as he gets. So happy birthday to Nick Schmaltz.
You want someone who's steady.
Even keel, man.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in a high pressure game like hockey is. Well, we considered making Nick Schmaltz our DraftKings King of the game, considering it's his birthday, and he had a point. But there was, I think, a more significant point scored tonight, and it was an assist on the now Barrett Hayton goal from, is it Vladislav?
Vladislav,
Kolyachonok, his first career point. He had an assist on the Hayton goal, and I think that probably felt good after kind of maybe being part of the reason LA scored the goal right before that. So he kind of had a little bit of a comeback moment and had an assist on that goal. First career point for Kolyachonok. Congratulations.
Getting some ice time.
King of the game.
With the trade of Leah Lebushkin, and so now it gives Kolyachonok a chance to play. And you're right, in the second period, he comes around the net, turns the puck over, which gave LA the goal. But you know what? He looked good tonight. I thought he skated well. I think I expect a little more physically from him. He's 20. He's a kid.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some anxious moments out there still, and there's going to be some turnovers, and there's going to be some indecision. I think if he gets an opportunity to play right now and gets some more games under him, I'm expecting him to fit in the way the rest of these guys have, the way J.J. Mosier has, the way Dyson Mayo has. I thought Dyson Mayo tonight was outstanding.
Single-handedly saved a goal. He had his stick got on the puck on
that rush.
Yeah,
he gets a stick in the lane. Dyson Mayo to me has been my biggest surprise for these young guys. He's a guy that I wouldn't have even had on this roster, and he's playing 20 minutes a game.
Yeah.
And significant minutes against good players.
And he's blocking shots every night. And when he came up and he scored his first NHL goal, and it was this great story, I thought, oh, that's great, but it's going to be one of those where it's they come up and do that thing, and then you just don't really hear from them again. But I'm very happy to be proven wrong on Dyson Mayo.
Yeah, I think he's a guy that they trust enough to put out in any defensive situation. I tell you what, the kid's an NHL player now.
Yeah.
He fits in, and he looks like he belongs, and he's definitely a part of this. And when you talk about J.J. Mosier, I think he's getting those kind of minutes too, and Kolyachonok now is getting those kind of minutes. And this is the things that you look for from the rebuild. So you've got 3 defensemen that are early 20s that are learning the game, under fire. So where are they going to be 3 years from now? How much more experienced are they going to be? How good are they going to get along together as far as moving the puck and playing together on the ice? That's some positive stuff for this rebuild when you get that kind of play. And, Soderstrom's injured right now down in Tucson. So is he another guy that can join those guys and be part of this young D-core? I honestly, it's exciting because Jacob Chychrun, hope if he's here, make him another one of those young defensemen. 3-4 years from now, it's what? What did I miss?
I don't even want to get into
I literally can't see that far.
It's okay. Continue your thoughts.
They did that on there on purpose. But it's all these young defensemen getting through the rebuild. That's exciting. Now you need some of those forwards to do the same thing. You've got Barrett, Hayton. played better tonight. Well, now he needs to do that the next 3, 4, 5, 10 games. He needs to get on the score sheet more often. He needs to get some consistency to his game. He needs to do better in the face-off circle. So you need those young forwards developing in the same way that we're seeing the young defense for this Coyote team.
For sure. But again, I think even though this was a loss tonight, I think there was a lot to be happy with. Also some things to be upset with, but we spend most of our nights being upset with things, so we might as well just focus on the positives for.
I am trying to be positive.
You
am.
are. I've noticed
I
that
am.
about you've done a very good job.
I turned around. It was the last game, kind of like, okay, I'm going to try to
Yeah,
be
it was
more
a
positive.
win, but if you watched our post-game show, you would have thought it was a loss.
Well, I just didn't like the third period.
Okay.
That's all. And I was a little picky. But this was a game.
Oh,
They
yeah,
were in
Connor
it till the
Timmins.
end.
I always forget about him because he's been out the whole season.
Again, there's another guy under
Thank you,
25
Casey.
years old. So look at this decor of under 25-year-old defensemen. Like, this is a solid, not tomorrow. Like, I wouldn't put them out in the Stanley Cup finals against, Colorado, Tampa, Florida. But 3 years from now, after they've played 150 games, maybe.
Yeah. Petey does a night like tonight show how good of a job our coaching staff has done developing these guys.
It is, and it's hard. You got to go to the Tucson guys first and how they're developing and how they get them to learn to practice, to be a pro, how they come to the rink every day. That's where it starts. And then here, what's hard, I can't imagine what Andre Tourigny is going through, is to keep teaching and learning and developing your game and your systems when you're losing, when you're in last. It's hard. So kudos to the coaching staff for keeping the atmosphere of learning and developing there when you're still losing games. And that's hard. Yeah. But I think that goes to where we talked about the first 20 games versus the last 20 games. The first 20 games, they're getting their ass kicked. Mm-hmm. They're getting blown out. They weren't competitive and they weren't together. These last 20 games, they're in these games every night. And it's usually one period or a 10-minute span that causes the game to be the loss for this Coyote team. But they're in it.
Coyotes
so, they're developing.
Coyotes have won 3 times in February. Just saying. Well, anyway.
Is that good? 3 times in February? 2012, they went undefeated in February. Did you know that?
Well,
it's a record. Just saying.
Well, 10 years later, it's not looking so great. But if you think the Coyotes can pull off one more win into February, you can bet on them to do so on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. And the NBA is finally back after the All-Star break. So this week, new customers who sign up using the promo code PHNX can bet $1 on any team and get $150 in free bets if they win. Existing DraftKings Sportsbook customers can bet on the NBA with same-game parlays. You can combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. Super safe, secure, and reliable. So easy to use. You can bet on so many different sports. It's insane. So check it out if you haven't already. And check out betting on hockey because give it a try. They've been talking about hockey pretty much. Now that football's over, they talk about hockey almost daily on the PHNX
show.
Daily Bet show, so check that out Monday to Friday at noon. Sean is often on that show.
And he got a bet right in hockey, by the way.
Did he?
I think so.
Sean, did
you get
not today, but yesterday. I went 3 for 3 on bets. 2 college basketball picks, and I also picked the Blues 3-way money line, and they covered that. So I was kind of putting the bet show on my back.
Gosh,
they grew up so fast.
But I'm going to just finish this really quick. Promo code PHNX at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Bet $1 on any NBA team. Get $150 in free bets if they win. That's 21 and over. Arizona only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. It is time for the elevator. Every time. It gets me every time.
It never gets old.
Oh my God.
There he is. There he is. Wow.
Craig.
Visual effects provided by
Craig S.
I'm punchy
Morgan.
at this point, guys. It's 11:15.
Craig. You did not think this through very well. What time is practice tomorrow?
It's in about 12 hours, Petey.
Yeah.
So where are you sleeping? Section 202?
Yeah,
or
section
what?
202.
Thinking about it. You know, what's the most comfortable place in the arena?
Yeah, I might have slept there.
I could sleep on Jason Rudy's cot, right?
Yeah, there's Jason Rudy will, plenty of nights he slept there. There's plenty of place. Craig, I can't decide good night, bad night.
Well, the Montreal Canadiens did win, and I'm sure you guys have already discussed
We
this.
didn't. We saved it
didn't.
for you.
Oh, guess who's at the top of the Tankathon standings again?
The top of the bottom.
Top of the bottom.
Right. This was the goal. The highest percentage possible, right? So they're there. Montreal's won 4 straight games. The Coyotes have only won 2 straight games twice this season.
And they're winning like it was 4-0 today. They pumped Toronto. Like they're putting points on the board.
I'm here for the Montreal resurgence.
Heck
let's go.
We're talking playoffs. Are we playoffs?
Another Stanley Cup run. Let's go.
I don't know about playoffs. Just get out of the cellar. So you're right. The Tankathon is officially on,
yes,
Craig.
That's a win.
And it was a good game, and they played right to the final seconds. So it's a win tonight. Not a win in the win column, but a win in the morale column.
Yeah, just a bad bounce there. You kind of felt like the game was going to turn on one of those late in the third period or in overtime. So I guess in the long run, not getting 2 points, but being competitive in this game is a good thing. Somebody's got to light a fire under Seattle, though, because they are really creeping into this race.
Oh, no. We got to keep an eye on them. I'm scared. Where are they in the standings? Let's see.
I think they're 6 points.
36 points. Yeah, 6 points ahead of the Coyotes.
But the Coyotes have a couple games in hand on them, right?
Yeah.
3.
Ooh, that's 6 points if you do the math.
Coyotes.
Uh-oh. Yeah, so Seattle's dropping right down. Oh, boy.
All right,
Well, we've got a lot of hockey left for that. We won't worry about it tonight. Tonight, we're in last.
That's right.
Craig, thanks for your video. We watched the Schmaltz
It's a little shaky there. I had to hold a microphone at the same time.
It's all good. It was great stuff. And I just think we were just saying how, like, he just is so even. You're like, oh, happy birthday. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, that's great. We were a little more excited than Nick Schmaltz was.
Yeah.
But Craig, that was great, by the way. And you know what? We need to put that in we need to do that again column. That sending the video. If it's something that's doable for you, it was great. It was great.
Yeah.
It was good to hear from Nick.
So that takes away 2 minutes where you guys have to talk and work, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's literally what I was thinking. Busted.
Petey almost wore his pajamas tonight.
Yeah, I would have. I'm so mad I forgot. It's the last 8 o'clock game, Craig, and I know you're farther away from home than we are right now. So when we're done, we'll beat you home. But boy, is this late. This is late, and I'm so glad this is the last of the 8 o'clock games.
Me too, buddy. We should have matinees the rest of the season. This is exhausting.
Well, we have a couple coming up.
Yeah, a couple of matinees coming up.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Craig, while you're here, a very important question that Petey doesn't know about either. Who wore it best? Let's pull this up, Sean. Who wore it best, Petey or Biz?
Yeah.
Petey, I got to tell you, I texted the photo to Biz.
Yeah.
And he has a little bit of envy. He said, actually, that one looks really comfortable.
It's a lot lighter than the heavy one he has, for sure.
I would like to argue with that I'm wearing it better than both of them.
Craig, no, you've seen the picture.
Wait, does Sean have this on right now?
He does. Can you add your... There he is.
There we go.
Now, Craig, you know me, and you've known me for years. Do you think the hat, the Coyote hat, pelt, and the pink glasses was my idea? Do you think I'm sitting there going, yes, please, let's put this out on the internet? No. What a great idea.
Your face said it all, actually. Your face
I wish you please look at my face when you're looking at that picture.
I took the photo and he said, did I look grumpy enough? And I was like, you don't even have to try.
I don't have to try.
It's easy. So how did they talk you into it?
He said yes right away.
Oh, I said yes.
He's a team player.
Yeah, team player. But I tell you what, when you talk about TNT and you talk about Paul Bissonnette, he is all in on the Arizona Coyotes. He's howling. He's got the hat on. He was with this team right till the end, said they're going to win. Like, I tell you what, if they're going to be on national TV, they've played well on TNT both times, and Paul Bissonnette is all in on the Kachina Black Coyotes.
The pitchfork Kachina.
The pitch.
Yeah.
We got to get the pitchfork Kachina going for next year.
We do. We got to create some kind of logo of our own to combine the two.
We should.
For whatever they're going to put at center ice in that arena.
I know, right?
I feel so bad for him right now. Like, literally, you're the last guy in the building. Like, everybody's gone now.
All right, Craig.
Players are gone.
Final thoughts.
I really think I am.
Final thoughts so we can let you go home.
Did you talk about Nick Schmaltz's streak?
We did.
We did. Got a good graphic.
Petey, what do you see? He says moving his feet is the key, and we know the guy has speed through the neutral zone, but it's got to be more than that. He's playing well with Clayton Keller, first of all. What are you seeing from his game right now?
No, it is. And to simplify it, Craig, it literally is his feet are moving, because one of his habits is he coasts and he lets the game pass him by while he's standing still. When his feet are moving, he's a tall, long-legged body, and when he skates, he can fly. He just doesn't do it enough. And now you're seeing it consistently on both ends of the ice with his feet moving. And when his feet's moving, he gets ahead of the play instead of behind the play. And it's not just offensively, it's defensively too. Absolutely has some chemistry with Keller. There's no question that the two, they get along on and off the ice. They're friends. They know where each other are, and you can start to really sense that. That is a part of it, but really he's upped his game. And you talk about both of them. Keller's taken his another level, and Schmaltz is finally starting to get where he should be. Like, this is the Nick Schmaltz that they expected when they got him in the trade from Chicago. They expected to be an offensive leader on this team. So it's great that he's finally getting there. Now can he continue that? And hopefully, if Boyd doesn't survive the trade deadline, that they find some way to add a new piece to that duo and keep them rolling till the end of the season.
Can you imagine what they would look like with listen, Travis Boyd has had a terrific season. He's probably earned a spot in the NHL. But imagine what those two players would look like with a legitimate top six center between them.
No, you're right. And somebody else to distribute the puck to and get the puck to them. With some. But how about Austin Matthews? Can he play there?
Just future considerations from the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Maybe,
just saying.
Maybe that was Austin Matthews.
Just
Is he
saying.
the future? No. Austin Matthews for Carter Hutton.
They were very vague. I think that's a 1-for-1 trade if I've ever heard of
Very, very vague.
Little Bob McKenzie there. The trade is 1-for-1.
We haven't talked about Carter Hutton at all, Craig. Just, did you have any thoughts? And I don't want to spend too much time on it, but just any initial thoughts, or have you talked to Carter and how his spirits are, or where he is physically at today?
No, not yet. But I was told that this trade was separate from the Dzingel-Lyubushkin trade. I still wonder, was there some sort of handshake agreement that they would take Carter Hutton, after they waived him? What does Toronto have? What could they possibly have to do with Carter Hutton? How can they use him in any way? He's like this extra goalie who isn't even ready to play yet. There's two months left in the season. He hasn't been very good. Why in the world would Toronto make this move?
Yeah, it's strictly a money deal, right? It has to be a money deal for the remainder of the year.
For the Coyotes, yeah, but why would Toronto do it? I have to believe there was some sort of handshake agreement.
Yeah, as part of the prior deal, as part of the deal with Richie Dzingel, Lyubushkin, and the draft pick, that this was a piece of it that they couldn't get done, whether it was the agent, the player, or something on paper, they couldn't get it done or a part of that deal. But the money to make the Richie deal work, that money just was included as part of that. Because you're right, Carter Hutton, do not expect Carter Hutton to be in net for the Toronto Maple Leafs in their playoff push this year. Just right. He's not going to be there. Yeah, he's not going to go play for the Marlies. They've got a goaltender there in their American League. Carter Hutton's will not be a Toronto Maple Leaf this year.
Yeah, that's my understanding. Was they signed off on the deal with the understanding that they wouldn't move him away from his family here in Arizona. It's 2 months left again in the season. And I know some people are saying, well, Toronto could decide to assign him to the Marlies. I don't think that's going to happen. And if they try and do it, I don't think Carter Hutton's going to go.
Yeah, I honestly, it's been, I feel so bad for Carter Hutton on the way this season all unfolded for him. This is not what he was expecting from the day he signed here to where we are today. Is not the path he had hoped this would take. And he's a good person. He worked hard to get into the position he was at to play for the Coyotes. It's just really unfortunate the way this season unfolded for him. So from our show, we wish him the best and hope it works out for him.
Yeah. Absolutely. I hope he gets back just for a couple games, right?
We have pizza wine in the fridge that we have to drink in his honor.
We will.
When we're all three of us.
Next time the three of us, we'll have some pizza wine.
And Craig, I really do.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, you say your thought because mine was going to be a subject change.
His business partner told me he's coming in town really soon. He's planning on hooking us up. So
okay, I like that. I like the sound of that. Craig, I really do want to let you go because it's super late. But Nick Ritchie was all signs pointed to him playing tonight, and then he wasn't because immigration issues still. Is he looking okay for Friday? Where are we with
I don't know. They thought he was going to play. I mean, the Coyotes told me he was going to play today.
They tweeted his jersey.
They thought his visa paperwork was coming today, and then it didn't come. And I don't know if President's Day messed this up, but it's kind of weird.
Family Day in Canada, so holiday there too.
Yeah,
Really?
There you go.
Yeah, family
Well,
day.
we'll have to wait for his debut either Friday or Sunday.
Yeah,
I
hopefully.
hope it's soon because I really want to see how he fits in with this group. And this is going to be an evolving roster over this next 30 games.
Yeah.
People in and out, up and down, off to different teams. This is going to be an interesting time for this organization to see who's playing with who and who's on the ice from day to day. So feel sorry for the play-by-play guys because this could get tough for the next few months.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Craig. Well, you get home safe and try and sleep as much as you possibly can.
I was going to say, Craig, how the hell are you going to stay awake when we have to drive back from Tucson? Like this, we won't even be done down there.
He's not driving back.
I
I'm
know.
not, buddy. I'm staying down there.
Yeah.
Staying
I know.
overnight.
Like we won't even have left Tucson at this point on Saturday. We'll still be there.
I even offered you guys
I
to
know.
stay down there, and you didn't
But
want to do it.
I'm not going to sleep. So I'll be sitting there at 2 a.m. going, why in the hell didn't I drive home? That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So-
I definitely don't want to share an Airbnb with you then.
Well, can you imagine how fun that would be? That's the odd
Now
couple.
with you bouncing off the walls, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'll be a
Lord.
whole lot of fun.
I've got to go hit up the bars in Tucson, dirt bags.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Craig.
All right, Craig.
All right, guys.
Drive safe.
See ya.
Bye. Yeah, so we mentioned Tucson,
Yes.
and we will be there on Saturday.
Do we have a graphic?
We do have a graphic, and it's phenomenal. Shout out Arnold for this one.
That's a great graphic.
PHNX head south to visit the Tucson Roadrunners Saturday, February 26th. You can catch Petey and I at the donut stand. We will probably be there a good chunk of that game.
People might think we're kidding. I am 100% serious. That is what I'm looking forward to the most. Is the donut stand.
Me too.
They're like
I
State
cannot
Fair
wait.
donuts, the mini hot ones with different sprinkles, different glazes you can get on it. Absolutely phenomenal. And I will say this, to hot mini donut aficionados, worth the drive.
Well, you heard him.
Worth
and
the drive.
Not just that, but if you also make the drive, you can see a ton of Arizona Coyotes prospects. AHL hockey is great hocky.
It is.
And we're really
Great
excited
atmosphere.
to go. We're going to, if you're at that game, we'll just be walking around trying to talk to fans. We're going to do a live post-game show. We're going to talk to coaches, players, president of the team. Tons of fun stuff planned in Tucson. So if you live in the Phoenix area, there's no Coyotes game Saturday, consider making the trip down the I-10 because we will be there. It's going to be super fun. And if you live in Tucson, we're coming.
Are you going to talk to the cowbell people?
I would love to.
The cowbell people by the visiting goalie in that corner?
Yeah, we will be talking.
Charles had it. Did you see his sitcom idea?
Oh, us in an Airbnb?
Craig and Petey in an Airbnb. That is a sitcom. Like, that's the show.
That really would
That's
be
like what Seinfeld pitched a show where they said, that's the show. That's the show.
That would be it.
Craig and Petey in an Airbnb.
Incredible.
That's the show.
We might
Oh,
have to
jeez.
film that in the off season just for fun.
Actually, it's not a bad idea.
Man. And Charles, yes, I will have a donut for you. I'll have a donut for everyone in the chat right
Donut,
now.
I'm buying, by the way. I already told Leah I got her
Man,
donuts
yeah.
covered. I can't wait.
Oh,
And I've talked to the coaches already. They're excited to have us down. They're going to get a chance. Hopefully we get a chat with them before and after the game. I'm excited to see some of these players that we've talked about all season long. Matias Michelli, I can't wait to see him play.
Yeah.
We'll see who's on the lineup. Jan Yannick, who's back down in Tucson. I'm excited to see him.
Yep.
In a nice, intimate atmosphere in a great building. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, lots of good.
Not the drive home though.
No.
Not excited about that.
Lots of good stuff coming and more stuff always on gophnx.com. All of Craig's stories. Craig kind of broke down that Carter Hutton deal that was slightly odd, so you can check that out at gophnx.com. And I know he has some really interesting interviews coming up even when we go to Tucson this weekend. I won't spoil it because I'll let him tell you about it, but it's stuff that you're going to want to read. So be sure to become a member at gophnx.com. You can sign up for a year membership, get a shirt when you do. Petey's wearing, I think, one
That's
of the
my
best
favorite.
ones. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
one of
it's
the
my
best
favorite.
ones right now. So check out the PHNX merchandise locker as well. There's members deals on merchandise every week. You can join our members only Discord. We were all chatting in there earlier. And also, just something that happens in our Discord a lot, just here's like an extra plug, is there's a lot of season ticket holders who will say, hey, who wants my tickets tonight for free?
Yep.
Like that happens every every week.
It
in our
happens
Discord.
often.
So it's a really great community. It's a family. So become a member. All right. Well, to wrap things up.
Before you do,
Okay.
did you get your text?
Which text?
The most recent text from Craig S. Morgan.
The Coyotes canceled practice tomorrow.
Yep.
I almost just sounded so
So
Canadian.
Craig, now Craig tomorrow.
Oh my God.
So Craig does not have, so everybody can stop worrying about Craig does not have to drive from Gilbert and Gilbert back to Glendale tomorrow. They have the day off tomorrow. So
Wow.
he can sleep in.
Look at
Thank
that.
goodness. I was so worried.
Man, also love for Sean in the chat saying Sean during the ASU drama.
I appreciate you, bees.
There is a lot of ASU drama. Oh, and sorry for setting you up for slander during the PHNX Hunger Games. How about Petey getting absolutely dragged?
Bees, like, and they, if you haven't heard the PHNX sports show today, they had the Hunger Games was
It
their
was
episode.
a really funny show.
It was a good episode.
So
Great
please
show.
Go listen or watch.
But Michaela Perkins, not so sure her take on me. I'm not so sure. Like, I'm a little bit grumpy. I'll give you that. I swear I can give you that. But I think the term serial killer came up. Like one of those guys like, oh, he was such a quiet guy. But then everybody else goes, yeah, I see it. Everyone on the panel, yeah, I see
I
it.
haven't had a chance to watch this yet. Was I slandered?
So B said, where do Totri and Sean fit in all of this? And then you guys were slandered. You should just listen.
I plan on it. I just haven't had time yet.
Listen.
Yes. And that's the other thing we talk
Everyone
about.
listen to that on your drive.
I'm serious.
Or to work.
On PHNX, we talk about this. If you're watching this show, like, you're already subscribing to the channel, listen to one of the other shows. Like, honestly, well, when I drive home tonight, I will listen to another show. That PHNX show today was really funny. I don't know anything about soccer, but I like listening to the Rising guys because I just like listening to them, the way they talk, the way they get along, and how
Owen
passionate
also
about
has
it.
a fantastic accent. That's
Unbelievable. The ASU show literally is off the rails from the time they turned it on now. Those three guys are...
Laugh out loud funny.
And I'm not... this isn't an ad.
I'm a U of A grad. I love the ASU show.
This is not an ad. This is real. Like, put it on when
This
you're
is
in
an
your car. Put it on when you're in the car. The PHNX shows, they're funny. They're good. And turns out they talk about sports too. Just saying.
I just want to throw out there, back to the Hunger Games thing, because my feelings are a little hurt.
You haven't even heard
I'm
it yet.
probably the fastest person in this office, and I'd be willing to bet that. So I think I have a right to be in the Hunger Games. But like Petey said, the content is amazing.
Was that like a third grade at the playground? I'm faster than you. Like, really?
Speed is an asset in the Hunger Games, Petey.
What are the chances he and I are going to be racing down Earl here in about 15
Sean,
minutes?
you know what's so
A, I'll race
upset?
you, and B, in the Hunger Games, like the start, you got to run to the Capricorn thing or whatever it's called.
No, I don't know the
and
rules.
And get the weapons.
I know the rules of the Hunger Games.
I will race you, cornucopia.
I will race you. Oh my god, he sounds like stepbrothers. I will race you. Where's Diefenlock? Like the Diefenlock, that's the race I want to see.
Completely lost it.
The Shane and Sean battle.
I'm sorry,
Like, can they do where you do the erasers like a gym class? Did you guys have to do that? The shuttle run, grabbing erasers? No, that's back way too. People here did that. The shuttle run with the erasers. No idea. Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Petey, I feel like we have to race for content now.
Yeah, we will. We'll set it up.
God.
We'll set it up.
Oh Lord. Okay, let's
Way
wrap.
past our
let's
bed. Is
please
it
wrap
midnight
this
yet?
up. No,
It's not midnight.
I'm stuck on the Capricorn.
We did talk hockey tonight,
Vegas,
didn't we?
Vegas Friday. What do you expect?
The Vegas Golden Knights, it's a team that's interesting right now, and we'll talk hockey for one more minute. The Vegas Golden Knights are a better hockey team than the Arizona Coyotes. This is a team that most thought would win the Pacific running away. It's not happening. They thought Edmonton would be there battling with them. That's not happening. Calgary Flames are a better team. Vegas has got goaltending issues right now. Lehner's been hurt. Eichel's in the lineup. They've got some of their better players, star players out of the lineup. They haven't found a way to put it all together. Let's hope they don't put it all together on Friday.
Yeah. Or
Because if
let's
they
hope
do, they're good.
And the Coyotes stay at the bottom.
Yeah,
of the standings.
I'd
So
like to see them.
It's like a win-win
It is.
loss.
It's a win-win. This is a really good hockey team.
Yeah.
They're incredibly fast. They're great off transition. It's one thing that we talk about transition. What does that mean? The Coyotes can't turn the puck over at either blue line because at either blue line, that's how you generate your speed. So look for that on Friday night. Don't turn the puck over at the blue lines against the Vegas Golden Knights. It's a good hockey team.
They're 5-3-2 in their last 10, and they're 15-7-1 on the road. So pretty good road team coming into Gila River Arena on Friday. We'll be back for that post-game show live on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel, and then Tucson Saturday. So follow at PHNX_Coyotes and PHNX Sports on Instagram on Saturday for all of the content from Tucson. We'll also be going live on the YouTube channel then. And then tomorrow, wherever you get your podcast, audio episode around the NHL, also talking a little bit more in depth about Vegas. We're going to have a special guest on to kind of dive into what's been going on there this season, a little bit about Jack Eichel, the goaltending situation. So should be a good one tomorrow. Please like, subscribe, review, rate, wherever you get your podcast. It's super, super helpful to us. Follow at PHNX_Coyotes on Twitter. Petey, are you warming up for your TikTok dance? Because we're getting close to 3,000 Twitter followers.
That was me holding my breath for that one. We'll see.
Please, we need to see this happen.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's it. We need
me.
to go to bed. I think we talked about just
checked
about
all
everything.
the boxes.
We will see everyone live again Friday. And until then, have a great rest of your week, everyone.